Our next session is actually about, it's someone's story. Someone coming to share with us their story, their journey so far. Please join me as we welcome on stage Divine Odazie, who will be sharing his OSCA story, how reaching out helped him grow. Well, whilst we wait for Divine to get on stage, does anyone in the audience have their OSCA story to share in 30 seconds? Actually, we have Divine. Please put your hands together for Divine Odazie.
You guys, hi. Um, Good morning, everyone. My name is Divine Odazie. I'm a technical writer and a developer advocate. And today, I'm going to be sharing my OSCAFest story, how reaching out helps me grow. So I don't know if you can pull up these slides. So next slide, please. So this is an outline of how my talk will go. I will start by sharing what happened before OSCA, during OSCA, since OSCA, and the main point of the talk, how to reach out. And at the end, I'll share a little secret. Next slide. So before OSCA, right, I struggled with tutorial hell. So I don't know if you guys have heard of tutorial hell. What tutorial hell means is basically when you can build stuff aside from like taking courses, all right, or reading articles, right? And also, in 3 years, I started writing code, 2018. In 3 years, I switched. I did design, I did development, I had a stint in product management. So next slide, please. So this is an image, my first PHP project in 2018. This is me attempting graphic design. If I chase graphic design, I'm not sure say I go get work by now. So this is me in 2019 as a product management intern. The distance where I trekked that time. Thank God. Next slide, please. Yeah, so, and this is me attempting to learn how to code again with Java in 2020. And in those 3 years, there's something I kept doing, which was writing. I was writing non-fiction content. I had a newsletter because I love to write, even though my English is bad, but I was just trying to write. So that led me to get an opportunity as a technical writer for an organization. I was working remotely in London. So, yeah, next slide. So during OSCA, right, during one of the talks, I wasn't really listening to the talk. I can't really remember the exact talk, but the talk was kind of relating to like mentorship and I think it was an outreachly based talk, right? I saw a slide on how to find mentors, and I found this link called tupu.io. I checked it out, then I found Bill Mulligan, and I reached out to him. Next slide, please. So since OSCA, I've spoken at global conferences. I spoke at DOK Day, Data on Kubernetes Day in KubeCon. I spoke at Ansible Contributors Summit. And I traveled to the US on a KubeCon scholarship. And also traveled to volunteer at Southern California Linux Expo. And I'm currently building a side project which I love. Its name is Everything DevOps. Yeah, so next slide. These are some pictures of me. This is me speaking at DOK Day in KubeCon. And this is me volunteering at Scale in California. Next slide, please. So how to reach out, right? The main point of this talk. So I have several stories I can share about reaching out because even the internship I got, right, the product management internship was me reaching out, right? So I'm going to start by reaching out on Twitter, how to reach out on LinkedIn, and try emailing. So next slide. So your message, please don't send someone a message, someone you don't know, and just say, hey. That's why I highlighted it red. It's a red flag. So don't just say hey. So this is my message. Back to the other slide. This is my message I sent to Bill, right? So what I like to do is I like to ask the person how they're doing. They might be having a stressful day, right? So how they're doing, then I like talk, right? Like I said, I've always been a writer, so I like to pour my heart out. So this is me pouring out my heart out, telling him what I've been doing, where I'm at, giving background, right? Where I'm at, what I'm currently doing, and what I want to do. So yeah, then next slide. So I was lucky enough, and he replied me 2 days later, which is Calendly link, and we scheduled a call, and the rest is history. So moving to the next slide. So how to reach out. aside from like crafting your message, right, and being straight to the point, specific, and letting your heart out, there are ways, there are techniques you can apply, right? You're reaching out on specific platforms. So reaching out on Twitter, right? There's something I do, and I know a lot of people do it. When I want to reach out to someone, I kind of like tweet at them, ask them, hey, can I send you a DM? So that increases their chances of like seeing your message when you send the DM. And also get them to open their DM, right? If their DM maybe might be closed. So this is me sending a message to Linda. She gave a talk yesterday about switching careers on how to asking questions to get resources about technical writing. Another technique I also do, right? Okay, let's say the person's DM is already open and you've sent the message. So what I do is I kind of like tweet at them, right? Hey, I don't know if you have the time. Send you a DM. Please check when you can. I hope this helps. And most times, right, when the person sees the tweet, they will definitely check out and reply you. So next slide. So on LinkedIn, right, it's quite harder on LinkedIn. Okay, it's quite harder on LinkedIn. You have to send a connection request. You have to, before you send your message. Another thing you can also do, maybe at their most recent post on LinkedIn, you can, on the comment section, you can say, hey, I sent you a message on LinkedIn. Can you check it out after connecting with the person? Next slide. So try emailing. So before I got the opportunity to volunteer at Scale, Southern California Linux Conference, so I did my normal procedure, right? I tweeted at the person. So I tweeted at Elon, the organizer, and he didn't get back to me. I didn't see any reply to my tweet. So I waited for about a week. Then I remembered my product management internship, how I got it was by emailing and cold calling. So I said, why can't I email? So I emailed him, right, and after a week, and that same day, he replied, and I got the opportunity. So you can also try emailing if you have an email of the person you want to reach out. So the secret, right? So everyone is busy. It won't hurt to send a reminder. So the earlier we understand that, right, as like when you're trying to go, when you send a message to someone, the person may like read the message, right, and lose context, or might get a call or get busy. So it's good to always send a reminder, right? And that will make the person to get back to you as fast as possible. So, and this is me. Sorry, back to the other slide. So this is me. I sent a message to someone, right? I didn't get any feedback. So me sending a reminder, and he said, yeah. Say, I'll reply you later today. Also, thanks for messaging back again. It helps me get back to folks. That's because everyone has a lot of stuff, and he was dealing with a lot of issues, personal and work issues. So yeah, thank you. I think that's all. Next slide. So yeah, thank you. You can connect with me on Twitter, LinkedIn, or GitHub, and I hope you learned a thing or two. And shout out to Didi for helping me review my CFP.